Yeah, I went long. um, I didn't go long in the best place. I went long around 825, but there was buying orders there, and I think we're gonna go all the way up to 875 now, which is the value area high. I just moved my stop to break even at this point. And I don't expect this really to work out because um, it may work out, but I usually don't like taking trades off the point of control, and I waited for the bounce off the point of control, which I now we're breaking the value area low from this last swing, so we're gonna go up to the point of control, which will be somewhere right around 877 now for this swing. Value area high, point of control for this last swing. If we break this area. No, the numbers centered enough to where you can tell where the if you have the numbers. Other than that, there's no. It doesn't even put a dot. Oh, that's nice. It's a good reference point. So what it's reading the tape so far, Claude, and it's basically said as of right now, um, it's heavy red distribution on the upper high volume node being defended hard. It's a classic "we're done going up" signature. Cluster of red bubbles at the low volume node underside at 830 to 840 when price tried to retest from below. Sellers pressed exactly where they should. Big red absorption at 2770, which is right. Which there was big absorption down there with bubbles. That's funny. That's seeing all that. Current consolidations between 27,800 and 815, which is where we're 815. Yeah, which is somewhat right. CVD declining all session. Sellers winning the order flow battle as of, for the most part up top. So trade plan short on low volume node retest is preferred. Alternative for a long defense of 790, which it did. We defended 790, and it says if you see absorption of multiple red bubbles, no give, plus a green follow through, 1 minute close. Entry was at, it says at 786, stop loss at 768, and target at 828, which it would already hit. That's interesting. So the short position though is preferred. It said entry would be, let's see here. It says 2 to 1. Interesting. Okay, so what is it? Can't it said to upload folders, empty your images in my contacts individual, but I don't have file access. I'll give you full analysis skill produce and tell you exactly how to. I noted it locally. Noted locally. Okay, so once you install the skill file, drop drop it into Cowork plugin, install skill, upload screenshot through chat, and that way it lands into your uploads folder, and the skill will automatically auto run your Notion or run the script manually after install. I'm long. You saw my long. 825. Yeah, you could just see once they came off the point of control, you could see right around 793 where it consolidated. You had an aggressive sell. You could have gone long there. It would have been risky. Not risky, but riskier because you're on the point of control. But once I saw it move off the point of control, I knew that this was going to break this high and go up to test the value area high, which is where my target is. My target's at 75. Yeah, we're going to test 875. Hey, mate, what is that in the left? Can you explain? You're talking about the volume profile, or are you talking about the little cloud thing I had up? Because this is the volume profile. This just shows you point of control, value high, value low, delta. Oh, this guy, he was asking me about that. Yeah, I'm on now. That white one. This one? The AI. Oh yeah. It's basically I'm just using Claude. I'm just I'm gonna go here. I'm just messing with um putting a system. It's learning a skill to take my charts, similar to the way I trade, to basically analyze the charts for me. Since it's not quite there, we can analyze them real time. I have to take screenshots and just say, hey, can you analyze this and tell me where you possibly think my entry level setups are and exits on order flow on how I trade. And it will kind of analyze everything, and it'll give me an idea of kind of where to take trades. It's helpful in terms of just me give me an I guess if it becomes good, give me an edge in where my bias should be. Because signs it helps with someone on the side saying, hey, this is so to get annotated chart, you'll install this top skill file, drop in cowork. Okay. Drop it into cowork. Okay. So I gotta drop into cowork. Cowork is here. So we can drop it in. Wow, I'm looking pretty good. Yeah, it's just a way to, yeah, it's helpful for sure, without a doubt. It just gives me a eventually it's going to be integrated into your like terminal where you actually will be looking at your chart in real time. That's where I know it's going to go. Yeah, that's where I see it going. Dad, it's gonna. That's how it's already going to where it analyzes in real time. Here goes 875. He's gonna try to make a push right here. Buyers can. I got out here. It's gonna go up to 875 though. It's dropping the call work. Drop into co-work plugins. Mm. Okay, so I'm about to drop it in. Let's talk about dropping a co-work plugin. Oh, damn it. I should have stayed in. Fuck. It's about to test my 75 with the area I was going to exit. It knocked me out at 54 where I had underneath. But it's, like I said, it's going to go to that buyer high. It's going to go to 75 to 80, and then we'll see where And there it goes. I would have hit my take profit. Bummer. I think we're gonna fall again. We might come back down to the value low, like at 835, or we might go even lower. If this fails up here on the value area high, then this is good. That's what it's gonna do. We had absorption at the top here again, at the value area high, which is usually a good sign that it probably retrace. You're gonna have a lot of people trying to take longs here that are expecting this to go back up to the high, and they might get trapped. my god, look at that jump. Holy moly. It just shot up. Huge order. I should have stayed in the long. Bummer. That was a massive amount of delta. That was like, just in that candle, there was over 700 contracts on the positive side. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. You headed out? Okay. Okay. Alrighty. I'll see you later. Bye. This might fail. This might fail. This might be, maybe fail. We'll see. I'm expecting it to go above the high, and then we could see a squeeze. Yeah, probably not going to work out. I needed this to push higher to go for the squeeze. I thought we were going to go for the squeeze, but maybe. We may still. we're starting to push up, so who knows? It took a little more, I would say a little more effort than last time to go up, so a little bit of divergence. But buyers are definitely winning the battle, so. I think we might even go up here all the way up to 28,000, to be honest. If this makes another push higher and you see buyers stepping in aggressively, this is definitely going to go up to like 28,000. We're going to test this area here. 909 will be the test. If we start to get aggressive buying and follow through, I'll be okay. If we don't, then we will see. I mean, Delta's risen, so that's usually a good sign. It's just whether this is going to pull back underneath that big order or we're going to push higher, and then I'll be able to probably move my stop to break even once they try to test the high. If they do, if not, it might come all the way back down to the value high, and I'll take the loss there. But I don't think I think they're gonna push up. They're gonna make one push above the high. You're gonna see aggressive follow through above 909. You should start to see aggressive risk that follows through and pushes up here. Then it'll probably try to go all the way up to 28,000. Because it's definitely been a buying day. The better entry would have been as it broke the value high. I could have. It was a little more riskier, but I could have put my order here, and then had my break even or trailing underneath this area. But we're gonna test the high. We're already there. We're gonna test the high. Whether they break it or not, we'll see. You might have like aggressive follow through, and it might get absorbed up top, or we might have just sellers. These big sellers are gonna have to get covered above here, and they're gonna start to close position. You could see a big squeeze come in and it just rocket up again. Those are the two possible scenarios that we're looking at here. I should have held my original position. It was in a good area. I think I was, yeah, here we go. Big orders. This is good. Yeah, I think I was wet long here. I would have still been in this position. It would have been a good position to hold. All right, if we start closing above, you're going to see the squeeze start to happen. These sellers are all in here are going to start having to cover, and then above here they're going to have to start covering. And here we go. Watch this. Squeeze is about to happen. They were preparing the squeeze. You're going to see one more squeeze, and whether they're successful or not, we will see. And then up here, the protection zone, I think is standard deviation compared to the opening range. So we'll probably head up to this area. If this is successful, I will hold this trade. Here we go. Here comes a squeeze. You should start to see aggressive orders come in. We can move our stop below there. Lessen the risk a little bit because this pulls back. They're going to prepare the squeeze. Here we go. Watch this. You can start to see sellers jump in, and this is where buyers will start to really aggressively buy. There's another aggressive buy. Yep, like I said. And then once we get above here, you're going to see pop, pop, pop. If you see a bunch of aggressive orders, then I'll be okay. With follow through. And this is a good look at this. This is a healthy sign. The CVD is rising with it. Sellers are trying to step in. You're getting a bunch of aggressive sellers. We'll see if that follows through. We could probably move our stop here. I'm going to wait. We should see an explosion. If the buyers are serious, we'll see an explosion of buy orders. The sellers are holding this level decently. If I want to be safe, I can move it here and anticipate, but yeah, because they're going to hold these sellers. They're not going to push them. So I'm going to move it here just for safe measures. Because we should see this hold, and then we should see the buying step in. And if it does, if this holds and starts to fall, then yeah. Here we go. Come on. Pair the squeeze. It's about to do it here again. Yep. Watch this. Here comes the fireworks. If it's going to move, it's going to move quick. There's one. There's another order. Yep. So at this point, yeah, break even's the smart thing to do. Because if these buyers fail, yep, that's what's going to happen. Oh, damn. I lost $250. It slipped. Okay. That's unfortunate. But look at this. Sellers now stepping in. Huge order. That's crazy. That sucks. Oh well. I had the slippage. Look at all these sellers. We'll see how this plays out. A bunch of sellers. So this might be a reversal setup. Unfortunately, I should still be down 300, but so we're testing the value high one more time. And this could be a massive squeeze because all these sellers could get trapped. Or buyers could get trapped. It's going to be depending on what happens in this area. We'll see if these sellers get absorbed. If not, we'll take a sell order down here. And if this gets absorbed, I could take a buy order somewhere right around here off the value high. But that was intense. That was crazy. I haven't seen a jump like that. That was what, one candle was almost 100 points. selling's going to be more prominent here. If this closes below, then I could take a short here. But if this holds here and this wicks back up, then buyers might still push it up higher. So what I can do here is, let's be smart here. Sellers have pressure. So I want to see what happens in this interaction here. You could put a sell order here if it comes back and hits it. Or buyers recover and you have a massive squeeze to the upside. You can put a buy stop order here. Those are the two possible scenarios. You had a huge amount of selling. It did get absorbed. You can see all this absorption down here. So we'll see right here. If it pulls back here and they fail this very high, then we can start to see the retracement. And then you could take profit somewhere right around here again. We're going against this big order here, so this could be the block. Absorption down here again, absorption. So buyers are probably going to push it. But I want to take the trade up here is because once all these sellers get absorbed and they push above here, you're going to see the big, they're really going to have to cover themselves. Because all these people are going to be, all these sellers down here are going to be trapped. If this fails here and it starts to come down, then we'll see to the downside where buyers are going to start covering themselves. So there's two possible outcomes here. And then let me just check the volume profile real quick. Okay, so there wasn't a massive, it was spread out selling. You don't have a massive selling at the top, so it's probably going to go up. We'll see if they follow through here. So two possible outcomes. This is where sellers fail. So if they come back here, then we'll see the resume of the selling. If they don't, if it comes back up here, they're going to see sellers all have to start covering their positions right above this high. This is absorption, so I could take a sell play here. If it falls a little bit, I could throw in a sell and risk. It would be a little riskier play, but it might be worth it. Because look at that, clean absorption. Sellers are kind of retaining control here. So what I can do here is It's gonna be riskier, but this could work out very nicely. I'm gonna try this out. We'll try this. It'll be a riskier play, but like I said, this could work out nicely, or it could. Try to gain $1,000. I usually don't like taking trades right here because we're so close to the high, and then they can squeeze back up high, or they can, sellers can resume here, and then you can see a nice sell-off. So I'm just bummed it made me slip. Okay, so we have another aggressive seller here. If they don't follow through here, I might just exit. If this candle doesn't drop to here, somewhere where it pulls below, I'll probably just exit if it doesn't hit my stop beforehand. And this is what I'm talking about. It's a little riskier because you're moving up and buyers are kind of in control here. More buyers. More sellers. Oh, I'm delayed. I don't know why my shit was delayed for a sec. Yeah, it's not going to be good. I thought this candle right here was going to fail and was going to go lower, but I'm probably going to either stop me out here or it's going to fall again. Buyer's going to get absorbed in this area, and then it's going to fall below here, and then we're going to see the momentum shift. And if it doesn't, if buyers pull above here, then we're going to see an explosion back up to the top. We'll see. Once we get up here, we'll see buyers push even heavier. So and that's what I want to see right there. Where sellers are really going to push is when it gets here. And that's would have been a smarter trader here, like I originally had. It would have been a more prominent trade because the risk would have been a little better in terms of probabilities. Yeah, and this is most likely gonna stop me out. They're absorbing these guys down below. We got to see it close below here in order for me to be safe, and most likely it's gonna stop me out. So, and here we go. Just out of curiosity, I just want to see. We came off the point of control. Okay, so that's not a good sign. That is not a good sign at all. We came off this point of control where volume was. We bounced. It could still possibly. This is absorption, so it still could possibly. Sellers can still push lower. It's just not good. This is not good right here. Absorption again, and then we're at the value high, so this could work out, but chances are very low right now from how this is working. Still doesn't mean it might not work out. They could still hold it here, but remember, it's a bullish day, so this is the area where I wanted to see price to come to right here. That's where I want to see a break. We have more absorption up here, which is good. But again, I could get wicked out, or I just don't like. I don't like how I slipped. I was only down 300, now I'm down 600 because it slipped. I was already break even, which kind of sucks. But it could still be okay. This is looking good so far. It's coming back down again. There it is. That's a good sign right there. Sellers are engaging back in that position. Now this is going to be where they follow through. If they follow through, I'll be okay. And in that area I'm talking about, this is where this could get very nice for me. Yep, this is good. We got to see it pull through though. This is going to be the last line of defense for sellers. They're going to have to push this, or they're going to have to cover. And if I want to be super risk free, I could put my stop above here. I could lower it a little bit. I want to see it close before I put my stop above here. I want to see this close into this area. Getting big buyers here. If buyers get absorbed here, yeah, buyers are going to be in trouble. They're going to have to start covering. This is going to be the area. This is going to be the trigger right here. This area right here is going to be the trigger. 864. Oh, I got hair in my mouth. Cat hair. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. 864, folks. That's what we're looking at. 864. This is very good. So now what I can do is I could lower my risk here and go here. Only lose 200 if this comes down. Because at this point, we're gonna, once we close here, I can move to break even. But we are getting more absorption down here. I want to see the candle close again. Oh, cat hair. Jesus. The reason why I put above this candle is because this is where sellers initiated, so this is where their block is. This is where sellers are going to defend if they're going to push it lower. If they don't, if this comes back up, then I'll get a trade with a couple $100 loss. So remember here, 864, move to break even. And this is a good sign. Look at this. We wicked into the buyer high. We came lower. Once we test the point of control, if we break this, we're going to come all the way down here. Right back to the POC. Absorption. From buyers are getting absorbed down here. So now they're starting to fail. If this closes, I can move to break even below it. So now, yep, this is very good. Now we're going to start to see right here, you're going to start to see aggression and momentum. So now what I can do is I can move my stop to break even here. We can start to protect ourselves, because if this comes back up and buyers recover, then we'll go back up. You're going to start to see aggression right here at the bottom here. if their sellers are serious. I'm gonna put my take profit here. Actually, you know what? I'll leave it here. I'll try to get. That is good. That is very good. Now you're gonna start to see momentum, and then you're gonna. I thought we are gonna see a little more aggressive sells, but we could see it down here. I'm already up on one account. I'm just gonna leave that there, 500 bucks. I could have traded it more, but I'm gonna try to recover all of this count and some. Oh god, he scared me. Oh my god, Annie. I saw a hand. I didn't even know you were home. I saw a hand move. No, I saw your hand around the door. Like I don't know. I thought it was Rolo because he pushed it open, and I see him. Like, oh god. So that area is gone. We already closed up though. So this true area is going to be where we should see aggression is here. Then. You what? You guys did back today? Look at this. This is huge. This is going to fall. Here we go. This is where we're going to start covering. We're going to see all these buyers are trapped up here now. Now we're going to see the explosion of orders. It's going to come down. Buyers might try to defend this area because this will be their. If they don't defend this, then it's just going to tumble. If we do defend it, then we could see possibly able to back up, but it's not looking good. Very aggressive sells. I got hey Annie. So now I'm gonna want to see their aggressive buying fail or aggressive sells follow through here. This is the key area. So we can take out this, so we remove some of the junk. It'll probably come back up to the point of control. But let's just hold on to this. This could be a really good trade. Like I said, it was a little riskier, but that was the area where I saw this candle was where absorption you saw. Sellers come in, buyers get trapped up here, buyers get trapped up here, and then they saw. I could have waited a little bit longer, but now we're seeing buyers trying to buy here. If we see them get trapped again, then I want to see it come here, and we're gonna see it come here, and that will be the key area where they really start to falter. So if this fails, and let's say it comes back down here, I can move my stop all the way here and guarantee myself 400 bucks if it does. So that's a good sign. That's a small failure on the buyers. We'll see if it continues. Like I said, we're probably coming to this point of control here. It'll be a test and then a sell again. If it works out this way. But I want to see this come down, test this, move my stop above here, which it's most likely going to do. And then you see aggressive sells and see follow through if it does. And if it follows through, then I'll be solid. This will be a massive trade. I can move it here almost. Recover at least most of my loss, if it does. See an aggressive sell at the bottom. We'll see a lot more once it gets down to here. Right around 839. Or I could take profit here. Here we go. Here's gonna be the magic happens, whether it in our favor or not. So I'll move it here. We're about to test. We should see aggressive orders again. I'm gonna move it there just in case, because we could come up. So lock in some profits. Oh, it'd probably get me out here. I'm afraid of going to the point of control and then bouncing. We'll go above here. We'll give it some room, because this could play out to be very big. I want to see a close below here before we close below here, before we start to move stops further. And it could bounce very well. So this is the key area right here, where I want to see it hold up and then fall further. Whether it will happen, we'll see. There we go. Now they're going to force buyers to cover again. I want to see hit that low. Buyers still pushing, so not a bad thing for the buyers. This point of control is going to be the deciding. Yeah, this could just push up. It's going to have to hold here. Yep, sellers coming in again. It's this area right here where they're re-entering. They're reloading here. And it's probably passive orders. Because the aggression's not going to happen until the bottom. Because they're going to want to push if it's an aggression move. A lot of times I like to reload in those big areas where the selling worked out, because they reload their positions and then they aggressively sell when it gets down to a point. So this right here was you could have re-entered here. If you're truly believing this move, like you had really strong conviction, you could have, if you wanted to, you could have doubled down on your move, entered a second position, but if this breaks above here, then yeah, buyers might push slowly back up. And there it is. Buyers pushing back up. Another possible re-entry would be if sellers get aggressive here and there's follow through, then you can take another short and target the value low. Again, I don't like doing that right in the middle of the POC, but that's a possibility. Yep. Buyers in control. so far. Man, I woke up late. I missed the whole morning. That would have been done. That would have been an easy move. Holy moly. Bummer. Damn. Oopsie. Put it above here. Damn. Yeah, that was not smart. Oh well. I thought we were going to get more of a follow through, but buyer stepping in again. We'll try one more right here. Then we could take profit right around here. At least recover everything. So we can go above here. Blah, blah, blah. Then we can move to break even once this closes below. But we're seeing sellers push through here. So another area you want to watch for is this area right here. Then come right down to the top of the 15-minute range probably again. We're going to go down to probably the POC or the value area low. I can move my stop to break even once we cover below here. Seeing some absorption here. This could bounce possibly. I don't think it is. I think we're going to see it come lower before, but that's a possibility for sure. It's just very aggressive moves. And I should have waited for this. This would have been a better waiting move. Instead of, I had my original position down here, and that's where they would have got aggressive. Now I want to see it cover below here. Then I can move to stop to break even. We came out to buyer high. Interesting. Again, very interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is probably gonna go down. And that's not good. Sellers have to cover at the bottom. They got aggressively absorbed. Here go sellers again. If they break this, come down here, we're good. We're solid. We could, if we wanted to, move our stop here. I'm just gonna give a little bit of room though. We're aggressive buying. I don't like this though. This is absorption down here. Absorption down here. And they could try to take it back up to the high. You could put a sell order here. Right at 828 is where I'd possibly put one. Because once they break that, they're gonna have to, sellers are gonna really engage. This honestly could come down to here. Oh, this could come all the way down to this area. If we start to see aggressive selling all the way down as soon as this breaks this. And the sellers are serious. The only place I'd be buying is there or possibly, yeah, I don't even know at this point. I don't even know if I'd be buying at this point. All right, let's see a close below here. We got to see the sellers follow through here. More sellers, yep. Like I said, you're going to start to see aggression all the way to here. Once you see the aggression there, that's when you're going to see the follow through finally. Absorption. Seller's got absorbed down there again. They're going to try it for one more time. Yep. And here they go. Watch. This is going to fall. And I can move to break even here. Once we close below there. Below here. Once we test that 817. All right, we can move to break even now. Because it's either going to keep falling or we're going to. Be careful here. Doesn't look like they're buying at all. But this is a value area low, so they could respect that. But I think we're going to probably go all the way to the value area low here. We might pull all the way back into the 15-minute range. If this breaks this, and we break the point of control, we're going to go all the way to the value area low. But I'm okay with this at this point. I'm break even. I'm protected. As long as we get no slippage, I'll be okay. Absorption here. It's not bad. This could be a long play. Now. I'll take one small stop loss here. If it does. Again, risky play here. Yep. All right. Well, that'll be done for me on that account. I'm going to call it a day. I'm basically minus 500 between two, so. Alrighty. Whew. I'll catch you guys on Monday. Take care, guys.